ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Okay, good morning everybody. We are discussing about thermodynamics chapter. In thermodynamics, we already discussed about closed system, open system, isolated system, what is thermodynamical equilibrium, everything we discussed. Now, let us enter into the topic. What is internal energy? What is internal energy of the system? That's we have to discuss. Internal energy of the system. So generally in this chapter, this internal energy is denoted with du or delta u. Generally for our representation, internal energy of the system is denoted with du or delta u. We can represent like that. So first of all, what is meant by the energy of the system? Of course, after the completion of work power energy chapter, it is very helpful to you, but let us discuss about, I will give clarity about this. So what is internal energy? What is meant by the energy? Energy in the sense, capacity to do work is called energy. The capacity to do the work is called energy. So we have different types of energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, like that. What is meant by potential energy? The energy possessed by the body by virtue of its position. The energy possessed by the body due to its position is called potential energy, and the energy possessed by the body due to its motion is called kinetic energy. So if the body is in motion, that body must have, if the body is in motion, that body must have kinetic energy. If the body is at rest, that must have potential energy. The body, the position of the body, energy possessed due to its position. So that is potential. Already you people know about this potential energy and kinetic energy. We also discussed about this potential energy and kinetic energy. For example, in case of solid, for example, if we consider the solid means solid consists of regular arrangement of molecules. That means the distance between adjacent molecules in the solid remains constant. The distance between adjacent molecules in the solid remains constant. So that distance is called interatomic distance. So generally along horizontal or vertical, the distance between any two adjacent atoms remains constant in a solid. So in the solid, we think that is each and every molecule is at rest. So but actually in solids, each and every molecule execute oscillatory motion, to and fro motion. So each and every molecule execute to and fro motion about its mean position. So this is called mean position, and this is one extreme position, and this is another extreme position. This is one extreme and this is another extreme position. So this is the situation. Right now, okay. But in solids, generally in solids, because of these position of these molecules, we describe potential energy of the solid. Of course, the particles are in motion. That motion of the particles are negligible. So that's why if the solid is at rest, the kinetic energy of the solid is considered as 0. If the solid is at rest, the kinetic energy of the solid is considered as 0. But if there is of course, these solid particles executing oscillatory motion, of course they are executing oscillatory motion, but when compared to this huge potential energy, the kinetic energy is negligible. So that's why if the solid is at rest, the energy of the solid is nothing but its potential energy. That is the situation. Now, this is about solid, but in case of gases, how the gas molecules behaves, how the gas molecules behave. For example, this is the huge room having certain dimensions. This room is having certain dimensions. If the small amount of gas is pumped into this room, a small amount of gas is pumped into this room, what happens? A small amount of gas occupies the total volume. The small amount of gas occupies the total volume of the room, no doubt about that. So that means, for example, 1 gram of gas, we are pumping 1 gram of gas. This 1 gram of gas occupies total volume of the room. Then in this situation, what is the internal energy? In this situation, how can we describe internal energy of the system? So generally the internal energy of the system is nothing but sum of its potential energy and kinetic energy. Total internal energy of the system is nothing but its potential energy and kinetic energy. PE in the sense potential energy, KE in the sense kinetic energy. So total internal energy of the system, potential energy plus kinetic energy. Okay. So we are discussing about internal energy of the gas molecules, not for the solid. In case of solids, kinetic energy is not considerable because solids are at rest. If the solid is at rest, the molecules, of course they are executing oscillatory motion, but that motion is negligible. So that's why here we are discussing about internal energy of the gas molecules. Du is equals to potential energy plus kinetic energy. But here potential energy plus kinetic energy, no doubt about that. But, and one more thing, once the gas molecules, how the gas molecules behave. 1 gram of gas molecules pumped into this room, the gas molecules occupies the total volume. Is the gas molecules are at rest? Once the gas molecules enters into this room, of course this room is completely closed. If it is closed, then the gas molecules are at rest in this room? No. Compulsory gas molecules are not at rest position. The gas molecules are continuously moving in different directions, randomly moving. In what direction they are moving? We can't describe that motion. Irregular motion. So one molecule is moving like this, like different ways, zigzag manner. The gas molecules are moving in the room in zigzag manner. So it is not possible to describe the exact motion of the gas molecules. Right now, based on that, so definitely gas molecules are in motion. Gas molecules are in motion. So gas molecules are in motion means definitely the gas molecules must have kinetic energy. Gas molecules must have kinetic energy. Then next, what is that potential energy? How the potential energy exists? The potential energy exists due to position of the gas molecules. Once the gas molecules enters into this room and these gas molecules are moving randomly in different directions, how can you find out the exact position of the gas molecule? How can we find out the exact position of the gas molecules? It's not possible to find out the exact position of the gas molecule. It's not possible to find out. Not possible to find out. Then what happens? According to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, we have in chemistry Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, it is not possible to describe the exact position and momentum of the gas molecules or exact position and momentum of the molecules at the same time. At the same time, it is not possible to exact position and exact momentum. That means if the gas molecules moves with maximum, so the generally molecules of the velocities of the molecules, RMS velocity. Root mean square velocities, most probable velocity, average velocity, like this. These are the next chapter we can discuss about these. Generally gas molecules having what type of velocities are? RMS velocity, root mean square velocity, or most probable velocity, or most probable speed, or next to average velocity, like this. These are the types of velocities of the gas molecules. So in this situation, so gas molecules are moving with certain speed. For example, RMS velocity of gas molecules. So generally it is a huge velocities, generally 2 kilometers per second, 3 kilometers per second, like that. Sorry, 2 like that. So if the gas molecules having like the huge velocities, how can you find out the exact position of the gas molecules? Not possible. Exact position of the gas, to find out the exact position of the gas molecules is not possible. To find the exact position of the gas molecules is not possible, definitely not possible. So that's why in case of gas molecules, potential energy is not considerable, that is negligible. When compared to kinetic energy, potential energy is negligible. Simple thing, according to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, it is not possible to find out the exact position and momentum of the molecules at the same time, at the given time. In that particular time, either we can find out the position or momentum. Any one we can find out, both is not possible to find out. It is easy to find out the momentum because the gas molecules are in motion. Easy to find out the momentum. That's why we can consider kinetic energy. So potential energy is therefore the internal energy of the system is nothing but the kinetic energy of gas molecules. Kinetic energy, of course, if we, in case of solids, the internal energy of the system is nothing but its potential energy, because the kinetic energy is not possible to find out, because the solid is at rest. If the solid is in motion, then we can find out potential energy plus kinetic energy. But if the solid is at rest, only potential energy. In the same way, in case of gas molecules, the internal energy of the system is nothing but kinetic energy of the gas molecules. Kinetic energy of the gas molecules. So therefore, but here the kinetic energy of gas molecules depends on temperature of the system, depends on temperature. That means if the temperature increases, kinetic energy, that means if the gas molecules in this room, if the temperature of this room increases, what happens? Due to increase in temperature, the molecules also moves fastly. So that means the kinetic energy also increases. So in chemistry, you have thermal properties of matter. In chemistry chapter, property, that is one chapter, it is, you have that. In that, the kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. It is a states of matter chapter, states of matter in chemistry, that how the kinetic energy depends on temperature. So that is, you know that kinetic energy directly proportional to absolute temperature. In the next chapter we can discuss about this one also. In kinetic theory of gases, we can discuss about this one. Ke directly proportional to T. So, but kinetic energy of the gas molecules depends on temperature. In the same way, the internal energy of the system, also depends on absolute temperature. So that is the internal energy. So internal energy of the system is nothing but kinetic energy of the gas molecules. The kinetic energy of the gas molecules depends on absolute temperature. In the same way, the internal energy of the system also depends on absolute temperature. The internal energy depends only on the absolute temperature. It does not depends on any other factors. It does not depends on any other factor. So, it does not depends on any other factors. It does not depends on any other factors. So that means if the temperature of the system changes, internal energy changes. If the temperature of the system remains constant, internal energy does not changes. If the temperature of the system changes, then only internal energy changes. If the temperature of the system does not changes, internal energy does not changes. So then next point here, we can find out only change in internal energy. Whatever is the internal energy we are calculating, that is we can find out only change in internal energy. It is not possible to calculate absolute internal energy. It is not possible to calculate absolute internal energy. That means original internal energy of the system is not possible to calculate. Always we can find out only change. How much change due to change in temperature, or how much increase or how much decrease. But what is the exact value? It is not possible to find out. So that is the condition. Now, so from this we can write du directly proportional to temperature, internal energy directly proportional, because internal energy of the system is equals to kinetic energy. So that's why kinetic energy directly proportional to temperature. So that means based on this what we can write, internal energy of the system depends on temperature, directly proportional to temperature. So that means here if temperature increases, internal energy also increases. Internal energy also increases. That means if the temperature that means we increase the temperature of the system, then internal energy of the system also increases. If the temperature decreases, internal energy decreases. If the temperature increases, internal energy of the system also increases. If the temperature decreases, internal energy of the system decreases. So that is the internal energy, du directly proportional to temperature. So change in internal energy directly proportional to absolute temperature. That is the situation now. Now next based on this. So how when that internal energy increases, that means we can find out only change internal energy of the system. How can you calculate the internal energy? We can find out only change. It is not possible to calculate absolute value. So that means when this change, that means it increases or decreases. When it increases, if the temperature increases. When it decreases, if the temperature decreases. Next, here internal energy is state variable, that means thermodynamical variable. Internal energy is the thermodynamical variable. So what are the quantities varies in this situation is, generally we can consider in any situation when considered the gases, pressure, volume, temperature. These three are the variables according to gas laws. We discussed already about gas laws, pressure, Boyle's law, Charles law, and Boyle's law, Charles law only. So pressure inversely proportional to volume, volume directly proportional to temperature, pressure directly proportional to temperature, like this we discussed already. So that means, so what are the variables in any situation? Pressure, volume, temperature. In the same way, pressure, volume, temperature including internal energy is also the thermodynamical variable. So what are the thermodynamical state variables of the system? Thermodynamical state variables of the system here: pressure, volume, temperature and internal energy. So total it is, what we can write, it is pressure, volume, temperature, and internal energy. Internal energy are the thermodynamical state variables. Thermodynamical state variables of the system. Due to change in these four quantities, if any one quantity changes, then the system undergo any one change. We have different types of processes. So isothermal process, adiabatic process, isobaric, isochoric, like that. Different processes we have. In these four processes, any one quantity changes. In these quantities, if any one quantity changes, definitely the system undergoes any one change. So that's why these are called the thermodynamical state variables. Blindly you can remember what are the state variables of the system. Thermodynamical state variables of the system: pressure, volume, temperature, internal energy. Pressure, volume, temperature and internal energy. These are the state variables of the system. Next, come to the one other point here, and on some more points about internal energy. Main important point it is. So for example, if you draw the graph between pressure and volume, So for example, this is the shape of the graph. So in different ways, like this, and it is like this. So let us say A, B, C, ADC, AEC. So now the gas undergoing the changes, the gas undergoes the changes from A to C. The gas undergoes the changes from A to C in three different ways. One is along ABC, one is along ADC, another one is along AEC. Three different state variables. Three different ways it reaches from A to C. So we have to consider three different processes. So we have different process in this: isothermal process, isochoric process, isobaric process, adiabatic process. We have four. In those, let us say I am considering three. So that means the state variables. The gas increases, the state of the gas increases from A to C. The state of the gas changes from A to C in three different ways. One is like this ABC, another one is like this AEC, another one is like this ADC. So different ways. But in this situation, what is the change in internal energy? Here, according to this graph, we can write change in internal energy remains constant. or remains same. Change in internal energy remains same in all three processes. Change in internal energy is remains same in all three processes. These three processes, that means A to B, ABC, ADC, AEC. In these three situations, change in internal energy remains same. Why it is same? Of course, it is moving like this and it is follows like this and this path follow AEC. Three different ways. Still internal energy remains same. That means what is the meaning of this is, the main thing is here internal energy depends on initial and final positions. Internal energy depends on initial and final positions. It does not depends on path followed. So that is just like the displacement in motionless straight line. We discussed about displacement. Just like the displacement means shortest path between initial point and final point. So here also internal energy depends only on the initial position and final position. So it does not depends on the path, whatever it may be the path followed. But the internal energy remains constant. Internal energy remains constant between 2 points. Here the 2 points, what are the 2 points? A and C. Here the 2 points are A and C. So between A and C, the internal energy remains constant. Whatever it may be the path followed, that is ABC or AEC, whatever it is, ADC, whatever it is. Between 2 points A and C, the change in internal energy of the system remains constant. It does not depends on the path followed. It depends only on the initial and final positions, like that. So that is how the internal energy changes, means like this. Due to change in temperature, if the temperature increases, internal energy increases. If the temperature decreases, internal energy decreases, like that. And internal energy depends only on the initial and final position. It does not depends on the path followed. These are the major points you have to remember. And what are the thermodynamical variables? Thermodynamical state variables: pressure, volume, temperature and internal energy. These are the points you have to remember about main internal energy. Next, come to the point work done. What is the work done in thermodynamical process? What is meant by work done? So generally you people know about, so work done can be written as force into displacement. The product of force and displacement, or the dot product of force and displacement, is called work done. Simply you people can remember the product of force and displacement. So force is nothing but pressure into area into displacement. Generally force can be written as pressure into area, or pressure can be written as force per unit area. That means force can be written as pressure into area. Pressure into area into displacement. So area into displacement, small displacement, is considered as volume. If it is a cylindrical, it is volume. So simply work done can also written as, the work done also can be written as the product of pressure and volume. Of course work is equals to force into displacement. Of course work equals to force into displacement, but force can be written as pressure into area. Area into displacement is considered as volume. Then the work done is considered as pressure into volume. So like that. So how can we calculate the work done here? Simply it is, see here, external work done. External work done. So that means, so for example, this is the cylindrical vessel with movable piston. Cylindrical vessel with movable piston. The piston must be free to move either inwards or outwards depending on the situation. The piston this piston can move inwards or outwards depending on the situation. See here, from this if we supply certain amount of heat energy to the system, if we supply certain amount of heat energy, what happens? So due to this heat energy, we are supplying heat energy. Due to the heat energy, maybe the system expands. The system expands. So you see, expands means, let us say the piston moves outwards. Let us say the system moves outwards. Let us say through a small displacement dx. If you supply heat energy to the system, so that means certain amount of gas present in the system, certain amount of gas present in the system. Due to increase in temperature, definitely the piston moves outwards. In some situations it moves inwards. Forget about that. We can discuss only the piston moves outwards. So here the piston moves outwards. So through a small displacement dx. What is the work done for that small displacement? Work done in moving the piston, through small displacement dx is, so dw is equals to small work done, force into displacement, F into dx. dw is equals to F into dx, force into displacement. What is the displacement here? Dx. Next, from this, dw can be written as, force can be written as area into dx, pressure into area. For our convenience, I am writing force can be written as pressure into area, because pressure is defined as force per unit area. Next, pressure into area into dx. Area into dx is, let us say, change in volume. So that means if the piston moves outwards, the volume of the system changes. Volume increases. Due to supply of heat energy here, what happens? The piston moves outwards. If the piston moves outwards means volume increases. So that means volume must be changes. So that is dV. dV is the change in volume here. Here dV is change in volume. So dV is the change in volume. Now total work done. How can you find out total work done? So W is equals to integral of dW. So from volume V1 to V2. W is equals to integral of dW. So volume of the system changes from V1 to V2. So W is equals to integral of V1 to V2. dW is can be written as PdV. So from this, W is equals to P into integral of dV from volume V1 to V2. So W is equals to integral of dV is V in between the limits V1 to V2. Integral of dV is V. So from this we can write W is equals to P into, first substitute upper limit V2 minus lower limits V1. dV is nothing, integral of 1 into dV is V. Between the limits, initial point is V1 and final volume is V2. So that's why first we have to substitute upper limit minus lower limit. V2 is the upper limit, V1 is the lower limit, that is V2 minus V1. W is equals to P into V2 minus V1, or simply small amount of work done dW can be written as PdV, or the total amount of work done W is equals to P into V2 minus V1. So this is the work done formula. In thermodynamics generally we can use. So what happens here? This is the cylindrical vessel with movable piston. If the small amount of heat energy is supplied to the system, small amount of energy supplied to the heat energy supplied to the system, what happens? Definitely the piston expands. The piston expands. That means volume increasing. So that is change in, well, that means work done of this, work done by the system. Work done by the system here. For example, if we push the piston inwards, here in this situation, if you push the piston inwards, that is work done on the system. We are supplying force. But here just we are heating, due to that system only performing work. So two conditions. Here we have two conditions. Work done by the system, work done on the system. What is work done by the system? If volume of the system increases, that is called work done by the system. If the volume of the system decreases, that is work done on the system. Two conditions. So like this. This is W is equals to P into V2 minus V1. So when work done is positive, if volume of the system increases, volume of the system increases, volume of the system increases, then V2 minus V1 is positive. So therefore work done is positive. Volume of the system increases, that means final volume is greater than initial volume. Final volume is greater than initial volume. That's why V2 minus V1 is positive. That means V2 is greater than V1. V2 greater than V1. So in this situation, V2 minus V1 is positive. Therefore work done is also positive. Next, if volume of the system decreases, if volume of the system decreases, that means V2 less than V1. So that means V2 minus V1 is negative. So therefore work done is also negative. Work done is also negative. So when the work done is positive, when the work done is negative means if the volume of the system increases, work done is positive. If volume of the system decreases, work done is negative. So that is the situation. So this is about work done. Work done. Now, so simply you can remember that what is the work done formula here? Work done is equals to PdV, small work done, or total work done is equals to P into final volume minus initial volume. That's you must remember. So when the work done is positive, if final volume is greater than initial volume, then work done is positive. If final volume is less than initial volume, work done is negative, like this. So next, here if you draw the graph between pressure and volume. So here work done can be written as P into dV, small amount of work done, dW is equals to PdV. dV in the sense change in volume. So that is product of pressure and volume. So Y component, X component, both are multiplying. In which case the X component and Y component are multiplied while calculating the area or slope? Definitely area. Slope means Y component by X component, that means pressure divided by volume. But here product, when the product exists means, when the product exists, so multiplication, that means area. So based on this we can write area under PV graph gives work done. Area under PV graph gives work done. So whatever it may be the shape of the graph, either this one. So for example, this is the shape of the graph. So this is the work done. Area under this graph gives work done. So now in this situation, if the graph is taken in clockwise direction, if the graph is taken in clockwise direction, work done is positive. So clockwise direction means see here. So this is pressure and this is volume. This is clockwise direction like this. So let us say it is V1 and it is V2. So work done can be written as P into V2 minus V1. So that is V2 is greater than V1. If V2 is greater than V1, then work done is positive. So that means if the graph is taken in clockwise direction, work done is positive. Next, if the graph is taken in anti-clockwise direction, work done is negative. So that means see here, this is pressure and volume. This is the shape of the graph. So let us say it is V2 and it is V1. Here V1, we are moving from V2 to V1. That means volume decreases. Of course, here volume decreases. So therefore, work done is negative. Here we are moving from initial volume to final volume. That's why volume increases. But here we are moving from final volume to initial volume. We are starting from this position and reaches to initial position. So that means work done, volume decreases. Volume decreases means work done is negative, like that. And in different shapes, for example, this is pressure and it is volume. If the shape of the graph is like this, how can you calculate the work done for this? It doesn't have definite shape. It is not possible to find out the area for this. So for example, how can you find out the area here? What is the shape here? If it is a triangle, we can write half into base into height. If it is a square, we can write base into height. Or if it is the rectangle, length into breadth, area. But what is the shape it is? We don't have any shape. We don't have the formula to find out the shape. So in this situation, how can you find out the work done is? See here, I am considering the small shape here, small penetration. Here I am considering the small area, a small displacement. So small displacement dW can be written as PdV generally. Small amount of work done can be written as, for the small volume, work done can be written as PdV. So then total work done can be written as total work done. W is equals to integral of dW from V1 to V2. So W can be written as integral of V1 to V2 PdV. Simple way to find out the volume work done for any shape of the graph. So in this shape, I am considering the small volume. For the small change in volume, what is the small amount of work done? dW is equals to P into dV. Then for total work done, integral of dW, V1 to V2. The volume changes from V1 to V2. So like this. So this is the way to calculate the work done. So what is the work done? That simply blindly remember that dW is equals to PdV. No doubt, no other formulas here. When the work done is positive, if the volume increases. When the work done is negative, if the volume decreases. Area under PV graph gives work done. Area under PV graph gives work done, like that. So like this. If the graph is taken in clockwise direction, work done is positive. If the graph is taken in anti-clockwise direction, work done is negative, like that. This is work done. Internal energy and work done.